Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a side of the United States that doesn't always make the postcards. We're talking about the places that often get overlooked, the ones that don't always get the spotlight for the right reasons. Now don't get me wrong, the US is an amazing place, full of incredible people and breathtaking landscapes. But like any country, it has its challenges, and unfortunately some places face more than their fair share of difficulties. We're talking about the 10 most dangerous places in the US for 2024. We're going to dive deep into what makes these places statistically more dangerous, from crime rates to economic struggles. It's a tough topic, but it's important to be aware, right? So buckle up and let's get into it. We're about to explore the reasons behind the rankings, the specific dangers in each location, and the cultural and historical context that paints a fuller picture. First up, we're heading to the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. A city known for its grit, its history, and its contributions to the American automotive industry. But Detroit has also faced its share of hardships over the years. For decades, Detroit has grappled with high crime rates, particularly violent crime, often stemming from deeply rooted issues. Years of economic decline, job losses, and social disparities have unfortunately created a breeding ground for crime in certain areas. Now, it's important to remember that Detroit is so much more than its struggles. The city is experiencing a resurgence, with community initiatives and revitalization projects breathing new life into its streets. However, the reality is that home invasions, shootings, and street violence are still unfortunate risks, and it's important to be aware of these challenges while acknowledging the city's resilience and ongoing efforts to create a safer future. Next, we travel to St. Louis, Missouri, a city known as the Gateway to the West, a place with a rich history and iconic landmarks like the Gateway Arch. But unfortunately, St. Louis is also grappling with one of the highest crime rates in the United States. The city has been particularly affected by violent crime, with a rate significantly higher than the national average. This issue is often linked to a complex web of factors, including poverty, social inequality, and a lack of opportunities. The stark reality is that in St. Louis, gun violence and violent robbery are tragically common occurrences, posing significant risks for both residents and visitors. It's a city where the potential for danger is a constant concern for many. However, even in the face of these challenges, St. Louis is home to dedicated community organizations and individuals working tirelessly to combat crime and create a safer environment for everyone. Hey everyone, we're continuing our look at some of the statistically most dangerous cities in America, and unfortunately, some of the stories we uncover aren't easy to hear. These stories often reveal the harsh realities faced by many communities, and it's important to approach them with empathy and a desire to understand the underlying issues. Our next stop takes us to Baltimore, Maryland. Known for its picturesque harbor and vibrant waterfront, Baltimore is a city that has much to offer both residents and visitors alike. Now, Baltimore is a city with a rich history and culture. From the historic ships in the Inner Harbor to the renowned museums and theaters, there's a deep sense of heritage and pride that permeates the city. It's got beautiful neighborhoods and some of the friendliest folks you'll ever meet. The sense of community here is strong, with neighbors looking out for one another and local events bringing people together. But like a lot of cities across the country, it's also grappling with some serious challenges, particularly when it comes to crime. The nighttime streets, while bustling with activity, also tell a different story of the struggles faced by many. The reality is that Baltimore has struggled with high crime rates for a while now, especially when it comes to violent crime. The statistics can be alarming, but they only tell part of the story. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, and it's tied to a lot of factors like poverty, unemployment, and a lack of opportunity in certain areas. Many residents face daily challenges that contribute to the cycle of crime and hardship. And look, it's important to remember that behind these statistics are real people whose lives are impacted every single day. These are individuals with hopes, dreams, and families who are striving for a better future. Families who just want to feel safe in their own homes, who want their children to play outside without fear, and who hope for a brighter tomorrow. Business owners working hard to make ends meet, contributing to the local economy, and providing services to their community. They are the backbone of the city's economic resilience, and kids who deserve to grow up in a place where they feel secure, where their schools are safe, and where they have the opportunity to thrive and succeed. So, while we talk about these issues, it's not to point fingers or dwell on the negative. It's about shedding light on the challenges and recognizing the efforts being made to address them. It's about understanding the realities on the ground and hopefully finding ways to support communities working tirelessly to make things better. From grassroots organizations to local leaders, many are dedicated to creating positive change and fostering a safer, more prosperous Baltimore for everyone. All right, folks, up next, we're heading down south to a city known for its music, its food, and its undeniable energy, New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, anyone who's ever been to New Orleans knows that it's a place unlike any other. It's got a spirit, a soul, that's just contagious. But behind the vibrancy and celebration, New Orleans, like many cities, also faces a stark reality when it comes to safety. It consistently ranks high in crime statistics, particularly violent crime and property crime, which is something we need to acknowledge. It's a city of contrasts where joy and hardship often exist side by side. And unfortunately for many residents, the threat of crime is a daily concern that casts a shadow over their lives. Now, it's important to remember that crime doesn't define New Orleans. It doesn't diminish its incredible culture or the resilience of its people, but it is a part of its story, a part that deserves our attention. Next up, we're heading west to Oakland, California, a city that's often overshadowed by its neighbor across the bay, San Francisco. Now, Oakland is a city of incredible diversity, a melting pot of cultures and backgrounds with a rich history and a vibrant arts scene. But like many cities across the country, Oakland is also grappling with some serious challenges, particularly when it comes to crime. It consistently ranks high in crime statistics, and those numbers reflect the very real struggles faced by many of its residents. It's a city of contrasts, where affluence and poverty often exist within blocks of each other. And unfortunately, that disparity contributes to a cycle of crime that can be difficult to break. Now, it's important to remember that crime doesn't define Oakland. It doesn't diminish the incredible spirit of its people or the beauty that can be found throughout the city. But it is a part of its story, a part that we need to acknowledge. Hey everyone, we're at number 6 on our list, and unfortunately, we find ourselves in Cleveland, Ohio. This city, often overshadowed by its more glamorous neighbors, has a unique charm and a storied history that deserves a closer look. Now I know what you're thinking, Cleveland rocks, and you're absolutely right. This city has a pulse, a rhythm that resonates with anyone who visits. And you're right, it does. It's the birthplace of rock and roll, home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and has a vibrant arts and culture scene. The Hall of Fame itself is a pilgrimage site for music lovers, showcasing the legends who shaped the soundtracks of our lives. But, like a heartbreaking guitar solo, there's a darker side to this city. Beneath the surface, Cleveland struggles with issues that are all too common in many urban areas. Cleveland has been wrestling with a rising crime rate, particularly violent crime. This isn't just a statistic, it's a reality that affects the daily lives of its residents. A lot of it stems from economic struggles, high unemployment, the kind of stuff that can make a tough situation even tougher. The decline of manufacturing has hit the city hard, leaving many without stable jobs. And that's the thing about these places, right? They have layers, stories that go beyond the headlines. It's easy to judge from the outside, but the reality is much more complex. It's not about pointing fingers or judging, it's about understanding the complexities, the challenges folks are facing every day. These are communities striving to overcome adversity, to find hope amidst hardship. It's about understanding the complexities, the challenges folks are facing every day, because behind the statistics, behind the headlines, are real people trying to make their way in the world. They are parents, children, workers, and dreamers. Because behind the statistics, behind the headlines, are real people trying to make their way in the world. They are the heart and soul of Cleveland, working tirelessly to build a better future for themselves and their families. So while Cleveland has a ton to offer, from its incredible sports teams to its beautiful parks, it's important to be aware of the risks. The Cleveland Browns, the Cavaliers, and the Indians bring a sense of pride and community spirit that is palpable, especially in certain neighborhoods visitors need to be extra cautious about the possibility of becoming victims of violent crime or theft. But with awareness and caution, you can still enjoy the rich culture and history that Cleveland has to offer. Alright folks, we're moseying on down to number 7 on our list, and it takes us straight to the heart of the Mississippi Delta, Memphis, Tennessee. This city is a melting pot of culture, history, and music, and it has a unique charm that draws people from all over the world. Now, Memphis is a city that's got soul, literally. The music scene here is legendary, with blues, soul, and rock and roll echoing through the streets. Beale Street in particular is a must-visit for any music lover. It's a place where you can feel the heartbeat of the city through its vibrant live performances. It's the birthplace of blues music, the home of Elvis Presley's Graceland, and a barbecue lover's paradise. Graceland is not just a mansion, it's a pilgrimage site for Elvis fans, offering a glimpse into the life of the king of rock and roll. And let's not forget the food. Memphis barbecue is world-renowned, with its slow-cooked, smoky flavors that are simply irresistible. But just like a blues song can tug at your heartstrings, Memphis has a side that's heavy with hardship. The city's neon lights and lively streets can sometimes mask the struggles that many residents face daily. It's a city grappling with a high crime rate, especially when it comes to violent crime and property crime. The statistics can be alarming, and it's a reality that the city is working hard to address. And unfortunately, a lot of it boils down to those same issues we've been talking about: poverty and lack of opportunity. Many neighborhoods are struggling, and the economic disparity is stark. You see, Memphis has a long history of racial and economic inequality, and those wounds run deep. The civil rights movement has strong roots here, and the legacy of that struggle is still very much alive. It's tough to break free from that cycle, and it creates an environment where crime can flourish. Abandoned buildings and graffiti are common sights in some areas, serving as a stark reminder of the challenges the city faces. Now that doesn't excuse it, but it helps us understand the bigger picture. The community is actively working to find solutions, with local organizations and residents coming together to address these issues. So while Memphis has a rhythm and a spirit that's unlike anywhere else, it's crucial to be aware of the risks, especially as a visitor. The city's rich history, cultural landmarks, and musical heritage make it a fascinating place to explore, but it's important to stay informed and cautious. Whether you're here for the music, the food, or the history, Memphis offers an experience that's both deeply enriching and thought-provoking. Alright folks, our journey takes us to number 8 on the list, and it's a place that's seen its share of tough times: Camden, New Jersey. Now, Camden is a city that's often defined by its struggles, high crime rates, gang violence, drug trafficking, and those struggles are real, there's no sugarcoating it. But Camden is also a city that's full of resilience, of people fighting every day to create a better future for themselves and their families. It's a city with a rich history, a strong sense of community, and a whole lot of heart. You see, Camden, like a lot of cities across America, was hit hard by deindustrialization. Factories closed, jobs disappeared, and poverty took root. And when people are struggling to make ends meet, when hope starts to dwindle, it can create a breeding ground for crime and despair. But even in the face of these challenges, the people of Camden keep fighting. They're working to rebuild their communities, create opportunities, and break the cycle of poverty and violence. Hey everyone, we're moving on to number 9 on our list of the most dangerous places in the US, and it's a city that's seen better days. Gary, Indiana, once a bustling hub of steel production, now faces really tough challenges, including a high crime rate. You see, Gary's story is sadly a familiar one. When the steel industry declined, so did the city's economy. Jobs disappeared, unemployment soared, and with that, crime started to rise. It's a heartbreaking cycle, and it's left its mark on Gary. The city's struggling to recover, but it's a long road ahead, and for visitors, it's important to be aware of the risks. Random violence and theft are unfortunately pretty common, especially after dark. So, while Gary has a fascinating history and a resilient spirit, it's essential to be cautious and informed if you're considering a visit. And now, at number 10 on our list, we come to Flint, Michigan. Now, Flint's story is one that's been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons in recent years. We all remember the water crisis that gripped this city, but beyond that crisis, Flint is also grappling with a serious crime problem. It's another city where economic hardship and environmental challenges have created a perfect storm, making it a risky place to live and visit. The people of Flint have shown incredible strength and resilience in the face of adversity. They've come together to demand clean water, to support their community, and to fight for a better future. Their spirit is truly inspiring, but the challenges they face are very real, and it's crucial to be aware of the risks when visiting Flint. And there you have it, folks, the 10 most dangerous places in the United States for 2024. While each of these locations has its own unique story, its own cultural and historical significance, their dangers, unfortunately, can't be ignored. We hope this video helps you make informed travel decisions and maybe encourages you to learn more about these cities and the challenges they face. Now, we don't want to leave you on a down note. The US is a vast and diverse country, filled with incredible places to explore, from stunning national parks to vibrant cities bursting with culture. So get out there, discover the beauty and wonder that this country has to offer, and remember, always travel safely and responsibly. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more information on dangerous locations around the world.